Welcome to the after show for episode 82 of This Week in K-Pop. If this is your first time tuning in, this is not the main episode. This is where we put the rambling after the main episode, where we talk about random topics of interest.
Rambling McRambling.
Yes. Now, if you missed the main episode, it was a big one. The main episode was our top 10 songs of 2015.
Yep. Yes.
And so in this after show, we're going to follow up on that. By talking about songs that barely made it out of our lists. We're going to give out a few awards, and we're going to flash back a little bit to the top 10 of 2014 and whether or not we even know those songs exist anymore.
It's true.
So let's start with talking about some of the songs that barely made it out of our list that we didn't mention
we'll just
in the main episode. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about them. Yeah. What's like a song of interest then, Josh, that just barely made it out of your...
obviously, this is like not in any order. These are... I think the problem is a lot of these songs are songs I really enjoy, but I just don't really listen to as much anymore. One of them is Pretty Brown's Break Up with Breakup.
That's a good song, though.
The music video is also really good because it had that like fisheye.
Yeah, that
also
make the scene into a sphere of things.
Yeah. I really like that song. I really like it to this day, but just not enough to be in my top 10.
Yeah, I think that song is like, it's a good listen, but it's not like, it doesn't stand out in any way. Like, it doesn't have like a crazy amount of catchiness, but it's got that, K hip hop
kind of K hip hop,
K
really
like.
Kind of like
yeah. Like, what company makes that? Like, isn't that what's that? What's that company that we really enjoy that makes a lot of like Sony's company? Oh my god!
What company is that?
Crap!
I know. Hold on.
We'll think about it. We'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll come to us when we're talking about other things. While you think about that,
it has Sonny in it. And
yep, it's got all those people, Verbal Jin in it, Brandy Music.
Brandy Music, there you go. I knew it had music. I knew it had a music in it. Yeah.
Brandy Music joint. But anyways, one of the songs that I really loved, we just listened to it during our break time. That is Oh My Girl's Closer. Closer. I did it again.
I'm a closer.
It's not close. Closer. Now this is a song where like, missing from our list that is probably in a lot of people's lists are FX's Four Walls and maybe Shiny's View. Very Europoppy. I like this song more than those songs. I know they're not the exact same, but they fall in a very similar category to me. Like, this one is more K-poppy, and as we mentioned in the main episode, I listen to K-pop for K-pop. I don't listen to K-pop for Europop, right?
You know what the funny thing is? Like, when this song came out, I really thought that's like, oh man, A-Pink could do something like this and they could be a little bit more popular.
Maybe.
Yeah, right?
Like, this is so different from their Cupid debut, but like, I thought it was such a cool way it was a cool ballad. It wasn't a generic girl ballad that A-Pink does a lot. Yeah. It was like a kind of twist on like a fairy in the forest kind of ballad, but I just thought it was really good.
Yeah, fair enough. Another song that obviously squeaked out of mine, but I always want to talk about this, Chingu. It's Zion T. Zion T put out a lot of music that I really enjoyed this year.
He did?
No Makeup, Eat. He did Zero Gravity. I also enjoyed that song.
Yeah, that one song that he just keeps singing over and over again, calls it different songs, yes.
Yeah, Zion T. I think more and more Steven doesn't like Zion T. But just Zion T, none of his songs were really like there. But obviously if I added up all his songs, it would have made the top 10. So, but I didn't want to just be like, okay, well, I'm going to knock
somebody else
quality off for quantity. No, that's not something I would do. So
I understand. Not my bag, but it's all right. I think another song that just barely made it on my list, and I can't believe I'm saying this, it's that, what we didn't have this year?
What?
We didn't have much Brave Sound this year.
It's true.
Because looking back at 2014's list, there's a lot of Brave Sound.
Mainly AOA.
Yeah, but it's not AOA. It's actually Tiara's So Crazy.
I remember that song. We were like, this song sounds very Brave Soundy.
I mean, it is the Brave. It is Brave Sound. It is everything. Yeah. Like, it is more of a follow-up to a miniskirt, short hair, and like a cat than Heart Attack was. But I still listen to the song to this day. It is my favorite Brave Sound song of the year. Granted, there weren't that many. But,
that's that.
I can't believe even during when we picked this during our episode, I was like, I can't believe I'm saying I like a Tiara thing. But I like this song. It's got Brave Sound in it.
Brave Sound. It goes to show Steven's bias for Brave Sound knows no end.
It's a good song though.
But a lot of songs that I kind of excluded out of the fear that it was because we heard them very recently and they're fresh in my mind and I want to listen to them more. But a song that I excluded was Phantom's Could You Be Mine.
I also excluded that song.
We just talked about that song 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
And it was really good. But I was afraid that, I was just listening to it because it was
so new.
Yeah. So I really couldn't knock off anything.
It's a really good song, though.
It's really good.
Cheesy.
It has like this guitar that runs through it, like, pew, 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 doo, doo. And it's like, it's really good. I think 2015 had a kind of a trend in that the backing kind of had one really standoutish instrument, either it be like
guitar
or
piano.
Keyboard, or like some sort of brass instrument that really made this song kind of really catchy. I think.
Yeah, I really like that song too. Just I would have mentioned it if you did mention it.
Yeah.
Another song that I like that Josh probably never listened to again is by Little Boy and Basic featuring Hwasa of Mamamoo.
Oh, I remember that
called
song.
Call Me. I still listen to this song to this day. It almost made my top 10.
Really?
Actually, I shouldn't say it made my top 10. It was almost in honorable mentions.
I can't remember how that song sounds like, to be honest.
I don't know. I can't. I'll play it for you later.
Yeah, play it for me later.
I'll play it for you later. And I think it's like, it is a pure, it's got chorus in it. It's not just a pure rapping song.
Yeah.
I think it's the best song to come out from Show Me the Money, except maybe the Taeyong Mino song, but
Oh, Kpop?
I don't listen to that. I actually don't listen to that song too much. But well, this wasn't actually directly out of Show Me the Money, but it's with the people.
Yeah. So another song that kind of got squeaked out because it's really recent is Moon Myung-jin's "Excuse Me."
Excuse me.
Not Besties, excuse me.
No, that's. Wait, how does Besties excuse me?
Excuse me, excuse
Oh,
me.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah, anyways. It's just a baby making music song, and I'm a really sucker for baby making music songs.
And I was telling him I was surprised it wasn't on his list, or at least honorable mentions, because I thought he would enjoy it.
I really did, but I kind of excluded it just because I thought
it's too recent.
It's too recent. Yeah.
Well, then another song that I didn't talk about is by Bestie called "Excuse Me," and that is one of my favorite girl group songs of the year. I like that more than. I think I've grown to like that more than 808's Heart Attack. I like it more than anything Girls' Generation did. I like it more than anything Sistar did. I like it more than anything other than maybe Red Velvet.
Yeah.
Because Red Velvet was the only girl group on my list.
Damage.
And Twice. Sorry. And Twice, of course.
That's
sorry.
Granted,
yeah. I definitely think I really like that song.
It's funny that you mentioned Sistar because a song that I really enjoy to this day, just purely based off catchiness, is Shake It. Sistar, Shake It.
Shake it.
Shake it for me. Shake it.
I think it's weird how easily forgettable that song is in this day and age. In this December.
Yeah, like it would. I think in years past or like K-pop's past, it would really be a big hit. But
I mean, it was a big hit in Korea at the time, but like it didn't really have any legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't really have any lasting power.
I think it cratered very fast.
Yeah.
I don't have a good transition, so the next song that I want to talk about is by High 4.
High 4.
High 4. We kind of mentioned High 4.
We did.
Because we're talking about boy groups that we kind of were looking forward to right, for their songs. Yeah. And I think High 4 is a day by day it starts off really slow, really basic. And it's not until about halfway through the song where like the beat kicks in, but once the beat kicks in, I think it's an amazing song.
It's a very build-up song. You have to listen to the whole song throughout.
Yeah.
Because
it's a real build to song, not just building up to a chorus and then then the beat drops. Like it's not one of those. It's like it starts off really slow, kind of ballady, kind of like R&B, a little
bit,
and then it just slowly builds. Rapping comes in, singing comes in, and
it's like a full meal song. You have your ballad, you have your R&B, you have your hip hop. You get a little bit of everything. So I'm gonna go for another pocket pick. McKay and Jeff Bernay, "Angel to Me." I don't know if you even remember what that song sounds like.
No.
But I love that song so much, and especially now that it's getting colder, like this song is the perfect kind of like cold weather song for me.
Hey, I have a bill due.
Finished.
I have a bill due. Okay, well, another song that is like a pocket pick because I know Josh doesn't like this song at all. This is by a Sonamu with their song Cushion.
Actually, that song's okay.
Oh,
I don't hate
that's
I don't
not
hate
bad.
that song.
This song was part of the GOT7 Kisum, like my last, like right before vacation, and so I heard this song on the plane a lot, and
Talk about a rookie group that's kind of like didn't really make too many waves, huh?
They didn't.
Sonamu.
I mean, I still don't think Cushion made any waves. Or you're saying they just completely didn't make any waves?
Yeah.
Yeah. But to be fair, they haven't really released that many songs. Like they released the one song, then they went away, and then because if we're gonna say 17 has good timing, Sonamu had bad timing because they were like we're going hip hop image when the hip hop image was
about to
finish,
Yeah.
and so they kind of regressed that for Cushion.
Yeah.
But it still was a little more hip hoppy, especially compared to G-Friend Lovely's, Laboom, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go for another pocket pick. Lim Kim's "Au."
Oh, actually, I thought that would be on your list.
Yeah, I really,
Your main list.
I really
because
enjoyed
it's
it.
Such a pocket pick.
For a while, it was top 10, and then I realized it's kind of a song to listen to in passing. I mean, I still enjoy it to this day, but it's definitely like decline.
Since the
because
times.
she released this song and another song, if I remember correctly. "Au" and
I don't know. You're always a bigger fan of her than me. But I definitely know Awu. Speaking of unique songs, right? Unique songs that nobody else does. I think that's definitely one. Then I want to mention a group we didn't mention at all, but that I actually
AOA.
not AOA. Well, we kind of mentioned AOA a little bit, but no, this is a group that. Like, it's weird because I mentioned on the last after show when we were talking about Reddit and how, like, for us, Mamamoo had amazing first 2 or 3 songs, and they've kind of gone down and a little up and a little down, but we preferred the original Mamamoo sound way more. And, like, reading Reddit or reading other people's views, like, I think we're one of the very few exceptions. I think a lot of people
love the newer
stuff and didn't like the older stuff, which is crazy to me. But I do want to mention yeah, which I thought was a good song. It wasn't a bad song. I enjoyed it, but it's still, I mean, we say this every time Mamamoo comes up, still doesn't hold a candle to the more R&B type that I like. Yeah. That I think their voices fit much better with.
Yeah. I guess so. The last song I kind of want to highlight is kind of a hip hop song. Hane featuring Demeanor with Man of the Year. Hane is from Phantom. Kanto kind of takes over his limelight, but Hane is a very good rapper. He's the other rapper. So Phantom is made of 3 people: Hane, Kanto, and of course
Kanto is not in Phantom.
He is.
No, he's not.
Are you sure?
Kanto is in Troy.
Hold on, who's in Phantom then?
I don't know the third dude in Phantom.
Chris Suarez. Keegan, you're right. I'm getting confused. But Hane is like Kanto in that he's from a group and he kind of gets overshadowed. But this song, for some reason, I just can't get it out of my fucking head, man. It's just,
I didn't remember the song existed until you just played it right before this podcast started. And I'm like, this is a good song.
Yeah.
This is a good song. Well, then I guess, speaking of good songs, one of the very first songs that came out this year was Hello Venus's Wiggle Wiggle.
Wiggle Wiggle.
And that is a Brave Sound song. It's not the video is trash.
It's literally trashy.
But the song itself, like if I ever want to hear like a good beat and just and remember, I don't actually know if I've said it during the podcast, but I've definitely told it to you.
Probably.
That whenever I hear this song, what do I think of, Josh?
Dirty vaginas?
What the fuck? No, I think of that white dude on that one video twerking his ass off.
At the KCON.
Yeah, it's some YouTuber, famous YouTuber, like has a video where like I forgot her name. I think it's like Jelly Bean Nose or something like that. But like she does like K-pop covers, dance covers. Anyways, at KCON or whatever, it was like if you know the dance, they were playing random ass songs, and if you know the dance, people in the audience would come out and dance. And this one white dude comes out during Wiggle Wiggle, and he pops that ass.
Slays.
He fucking destroys the dance. And
Slays.
It's hilarious and awesome. And every time I hear that song, I picture him, and it's.
He's like, push that ass out, push that ass out.
He pushes that ass
damn.
amazingly.
God damn, guy.
But yeah, I think there's way more, but that's kind of the ones that
we'll stop at that.
we wanted to mention. It is so fucking hard to get a top 10.
Yeah.
I actually thought about this because I mentioned in the main episode I listened to the /Filmcast, which is a film podcast. But like one of the dudes on that podcast refuses to do he refuses to order them. So he'll make a top 10, but he won't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He'll just say these are my top 10. And I thought about doing that because A, it's easier.
Yeah.
B, we mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, like as a warning, like, hey, these could change at any moment, right?
That's true.
And so that's kind of why he does it, because he's like, the difference between 7 and 8 is so meaningless. So he just does. I think he's like, these are definitely like the top 3-ish, and these are like the non-top 3-ish. But anyways, so those are the songs kind of missing. If again, oh man, we forget to mention at the end of the last podcast, but please tell us your top 10.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's always interesting to see what because I'm seeing a whole lot of FX4 walls, a whole lot.
A little bit of Chinese view.
A little bit of Chinese view, but way more FX4 walls. Like I know people liked FX, but I honestly I didn't know how much people liked FX until 4 Walls came out.
And also 4 Walls wasn't, in our opinion, that great of a song.
I didn't think it was a bad song. I enjoy the song, but yeah, to be like in everyone's top 10, that is crazy to me. Yeah. Another group that I saw, at least in Reddit, because Reddit has its own kind of microcosm of biases, and like one of their biases that they love is
Nine Muses.
Well, Nine Muses is one of them, not the one I was talking about. Is holy shit, I just forgot him.
Boy group,
girl group, Stellar. So I saw Vibrato on a lot of people's lists, and I was like,
really?
I mean, of the, and again on that Reddit thread that I was complaining about in the last after show, like people are saying like every release that Stellar has released is better than the last.
Marionette
and like
has been the best.
We both agree Marionette has been the best. I don't think any of their songs have been bad, but like for me, none of them have been to Marionette level. But that's another thing that like we're just like, man, like it's really interesting. I want to hear other people's lists to see just how different we are. Like Twice is not in a lot of people's lists, and it was our number 1, you know. So yeah, let's move on to kind of some awards now. These are just kind of fun awards. They're all pure opinion based.
Yeah, we're not gonna do those like
best male artist,
best artist of the year. No, that is super. Just up to debate all the time, and
we'll say one group is going to piss off another group.
Yeah, we realize that if we did this, we have one of two choices. One of them is to kind of state the popular opinion, right? And the other one is to say what our best kind of rookie group or whatever group is.
And you'll just see that in our top 10.
Yeah, you already saw that in our top 10, so no need for that.
Yeah.
Let's do just purely opinion-based awards, Steven.
Yes.
So, what's the first one then?
First one, why not the first one? Let's do, because I know this answer right away. It's not in the right order that I wrote this in, but let's do song that you originally loved but can no longer stand. And like this is a song that you loved, and then you pretty much hit pass every time now.
One song really sticks to mind for me. I'm going to nominate JYP's "Who's Your Mama." That song, I was like, yeah, that song is so good. And now I hear, I'm just like, ugh.
Like I'm done with this.
I get it. It's like it's so annoying now.
Mine is probably going to be, and this is a little weird because it was on my top 10. But I think it's Big Bang's Loser.
Big Bang's Loser, huh?
Like, I love that song. And I mentioned this in the main episode that, like, of all the parts on my list, I think Big Bang was, like, maybe I forced it on the list a little too much because of their legacy, you know? But, like, I don't listen to that song. Like, I only listen to that song because we were preparing for this podcast, but like I don't think
I've heard that song. You'd be like, ugh.
Yeah, I have skipped that song for the last like 3 months because there's better songs out there. But at the time when Loser came out, I was like, I was in that noise.
Yeah. So out of those two nominees, I would have to agree. Probably Big Bang Loser.
Yeah, just because I didn't like Who's Your Mama as much as you did, anyways. Video's hilarious.
Yeah, and if you compare the drop of how much we loved it to how much it's dropped, Big Bang Loser definitely.
Well, you got it. We'll make that award and send it to you, G Dragon. I'm sure you'll enjoy.
Hey yo.
Hey JJ. Then let's do biggest drop in quality.
Oh, starting with the bad ones first, huh?
Get them out of the way.
Yeah, biggest drop in quality.
I think this is pretty universally agreed upon. The group that I'm thinking of.
This is rough. Oh, then you do the nomination first and see if I can.
Sure. I think the biggest drop in quality has been Girls' Day.
Let me think about that. In this past year.
Yeah, we were talking about from 2014 to 2015. I think Girls' Day has not done anything in the K-pop grand scheme. I'm talking about K-pop. Like, Harry did this, and they've been on some other shows, but
I would argue AOA.
But see, I liked Heart Attack though.
No, but they released one song this year.
I mean, so did Girls' Day.
Yeah.
But you think
Girls' Day released?
I mean, they released Hello Bubble, but that's not a real
fair
release.
Enough. But for me, because Girls' Day wasn't really up there, for me at least. Like AOA was like fucking twice level, and then now they're like Heart Attack. You know, like Heart Attack is a better song than Ring My Bell. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think like. So AOA is kind of like here, and like Girls' Day is kind of like here, right? But like the drop wasn't as
significant.
Yeah.
I mean, I think because Girls' Day was routinely getting number one at a time, and last year, or at least with Darling or something, they got close, right? But AOA has never been number one. Like weirdly enough, as popular as AOA is in general, they don't win that many things.
Yeah.
They don't win that many awards. Like I really think Girls' Day dropped more.
I think it really goes back to popular opinion versus our opinion. If you're talking about popular opinion, I could agree with Girls' Day because Girls' Day is immensely popular in the grand scheme. AOA is popular, but more so popular with you and I.
Yeah. Well, I agree that's your opinion. My opinion is still Girls' Day.
Girls' Day.
Because I think as much as I loved AOA's stuff, I still did like Heart Attack.
To a decent degree.
Yeah, I think Heart Attack... if we kept going on mentioning things that barely made it out of our list, I would have mentioned Heart Attack sooner or later. I would never mention Ring My Bell.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But, like, because here's the thing, like, I think you're kind of also taking into account that AOA released 3 songs last year and only 1 this year.
Yeah.
But I don't. That's not biggest drop in quality to me. That's maybe biggest drop in quantity or biggest drop in mind share. But like they only released 3 songs last year because they had to. They weren't popular.
I kind of am interpreting this in a way of like quality as in like how much goodness they've put out compared to.
I'm like specifically talking about
just like
if you were to grade if you were to grade their songs, which one went from a 70 to a 20 or whatever.
Yeah, like because for me, I'm saying like okay. AOA as a group, I enjoyed them this much last year. I enjoyed them this much this year. That's the drop for me. Because
the only reason I say that because
Girls' Day I didn't really enjoy them last year.
Last year either.
Pretty much.
I mean, you enjoyed. Let me see. What did they come? I looked it up. Last year they had something you really liked. Something Darling was good.
Both of those songs I didn't really like.
You didn't really like
too much.
Really? I mean, I didn't like. Neither one of us liked them as much as we liked AOA songs.
Yeah.
But like, I think the jump from Darling to Ring My Bell was like
really drastic.
And I think the drop from Like a Cat to Heart Attack was like half as much. I mean, in my head. But, we're different people. I think we'll have to disagree to agree.
Yeah. It's a kind of opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how you interpret the question in general.
Sure. How about next? Let's do best song that's not a good song, but you love it anyways.
Ooh, this one has a lot of nominees. I would like to put forth two nominations. One is Hello Venus Wiggle Wiggle.
Okay.
And number two is April's Moi.
We both agree on April's Moi.
Yeah.
Which we didn't even talk about in the main episode last time. But that song, I downloaded it.
Oh, God. I'm so embarrassed.
It is a bad song. It is like everything cheesy and awful about that innocent K-pop image kind of thing.
Oh, God.
But it's weirdly catchy.
It got me.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now, see, I wouldn't put Hello Venus. If it was best song that had a shitty ass video, then I would put Wiggle Wiggle in there and probably Acor Black. Okay. But I think April's Moi is the worst song.
This isn't a song that you shouldn't like, but you love it. This is a song that's not good.
It is not good, but you love it.
April's Moi.
April's Moi.
April's Moi.
Are there any other songs?
What about a song that's like you're kind of ashamed?
So you know what? To a point, I also think Puss is in this category because I don't. Even though the backing track of Puss is pretty
not
good,
a good song.
It's just not a good song.
The rapping is not good.
Rapping is not great. The lyrics are really not great.
It's really repetitive.
It's really repetitive.
The only thing it stands on is that beat.
But it's a good song. It was on your honorable mentions? No, it was number 10.
I think it's number 10. I think I would have.
Yeah.
I think that was the most regrettable one. If you're just
mine's Big Bang.
Mine would be Puss.
Puss.
Yeah.
You did just change it right before we recorded. Let's see. I wrote. I mean, this one's kind of the basic, but best music video.
Best music video. Oh, there have been some really good music videos this year. I think it really depends on what you want from a music video. We did talk about obviously BTS.
Yep.
That is the I think epitome of a dance video that you want to copy.
Yep.
Number two, if you're looking for just fun video.
Yep.
Twice is really good as well.
Of course, Twice.
And I might even put forth like one of Psy's videos.
Oh yeah, I think Nepal Paji has really amazing editing. We talked about it, right? Really amazing cuts.
Yeah.
Really actual creativity. Which is pretty rare.
Like those three would be the kind of
the best ones that
the
you
best
think.
ones.
I'm gonna go through a little bit, see if I can think of anything. I mean, like EXO's is not bad. Like I think Joro is did better than EXO's Call Me Baby.
Yeah.
But still one shot, show off the dancing. It was good, I think.
I think I was a little bit turned off to EXO's because it was a little bit too cliche.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like they pull up in that car and then it's like it's like
right from the get-go.
Yeah.
I know, some people probably like the more symbolic-y ones, Red Velvet or Four Walls, but that's not really our
I think EXO's choreography is more popular, but for a dance video, I'd like BTS's Joro better.
All right. Then what else is there? How about most fungus song?
Ooh, this one is hard.
Song that has grown on you the most. So this
one's very
you probably didn't even like it at first, and now you love it. Is there a song like that for you?
I'm gonna say Twice.
I also am gonna say Twice.
Because Twice, at first when I first heard it, I was like, "Oh, this song's okay. Like it's not bad." I thought it was a good release for a rookie group. That was like the extent of the I liked. So and now it's our number one song of the year.
It is
right.
Actually, I think for me, weirdly enough, one of the biggest, aside from Twice, one of the biggest fungus songs for me is Girls' Generation's "You Know," or is it "You Think"?
You think.
Like I really did not like that song when I heard it because they were like trying to be more hip hop sort of, and like, it didn't really match. But when I downloaded that song, like I ended up enjoying that song just as much as I enjoyed like Lionheart or whatever. I don't know why I liked that. I ended up liking that song, but I did.
Yeah, Red Velvet's Ice Cream Cake also. I think I didn't really like it in the beginning.
Still don't like it that much.
Just going through this list.
Yeah, I'm trying. Another song that I think that really grew on me was
Bang Bang Bang.
Bang Bang Bang. Yeah, because originally I really just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, same for me. I think it was too disjointed.
Yep. And it's still disjointed.
Yeah, but I think the catchiness really kind of pushes it over.
Yeah, we mentioned in the main episode, like, it's kind of like the festivities around that song that also make it really good.
Yeah.
I think that's all the kind of weird ass awards that we got.
Yeah.
But I think it was. How about let's talk a little bit about kind of the trends in 2015.
All right.
Right. Number one, I want to thank Papa YG or whoever's in charge of K-pop.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going where you think I'm going.
K-hip hop.
No. I'm going with floppy hats are finally out. Floppy hats are gone.
Thank the Lord.
2014 was the year of floppy hats. 2015, ain't no floppy hats in sight.
Except for maybe one every now and then. It's like a rare dodo person.
It's so rare now. I'm so happy. So happy. Thank God for the floppy hats.
What do you think is a trend this year though?
Hip hop type outfits.
But you could argue 2014 also hip hop.
I think it was end of 2014, rolling into 2015.
Perhaps.
Because 2014 was also a big year of sexy, right? And 2015 hasn't really been that sexy.
Too provocative.
Yeah.
Now.
Because again, a lot of the innocent groups started debuting, and we've kind of veered back towards innocent.
Yeah. So I think the trend is innocent groups, fresh groups.
Yeah.
Your G Friends, your Lovelies, your fun guys like 17.
Yeah.
I think that's the trend nowadays.
True. Also, I think we mentioned this. 2015 was a year where, while you can argue that I think the music quality and diversity has gone up.
Yeah.
I've said this exact quote before. The catchiness has gone down.
Yeah, it's definitely not as catchy as it was last year.
Yeah, or a year before that.
Which might be in part because Brave Sound really hasn't put out.
I think a lot of things. Even SM has really put their eggs in the Euro pop bucket. I think just a lot of the C level, B level tiers that used to rely on Double Sidekick and Brave Sound are like disappearing or branching out, right? And like, there's nothing that it's great that they're trying to branch out, but it also means a lot of songs have they have better backing tracks. Yeah. Definitely, the backing tracks have got like a 10 level upgrade.
I think this year the production level has taken itself to another level.
Yeah.
But the kind of catchiness has really died down.
Yeah, I really do think so. Especially in the A levels and the S level tier groups.
The higher kind of popularity groups.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see from our top 10, there are really
not very
aside
many...
from Big Bang, which arguably I don't even know should have been there. Red Velvet is the only like known quantity.
Yeah, let's see.
Group quantity in that.
Red Velvet.
Aside from Twice, I guess, but they're new.
And like BTS. I mentioned BTS.
But not in your top 10, right?
It's in my top 10. It was number 8.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay. BTS. But
BTS
like...
and Red Velvet?
No.
Not really.
And both of them are, not
like
A level.
So essentially like 3 spots out of 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or not.
And still no, I mean, CL, right? No... Trying to think of big name. No Girls' Generation.
Yeah.
No Shiny. No
2 p.m. No Miss A. Yeah.
AOA. No.
Yeah.
Girls' Day. Did I say Girls' Day again?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I really think this was a year where I think our podcast benefited greatly because we get a lot of reviews that are like, oh man, I just heard this song. Without you guys, I never would have heard of that song. And I think it's because this year there are so many good C level and below songs.
Yeah. Songs that you would have to reach a little bit to
find and
yeah.
Get. So I think the last thing that we're gonna do is flash
it back
to last year's 2014 top 10, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna go through.
Should I look at the list?
Don't look at it. Don't look at it. All right. I'm gonna, same as always, I'm gonna go from 10 to 1. Okay.
No honorable mentions. Just
no. I didn't even write them down. I forgot about them. But my number 10 last year was Pro C featuring Ailey. Love Hurts.
Love Hurts. That's a good song.
Great song. I honestly, right after this, I want to make a playlist of just these songs, and then put mix that with the playlist of 2015 and put them together. That's what I want to do.
Be the best of this week in
best
K-pop.
the best of Josh's tenure, I guess, sort of. Number 10, you pick Sonny and Rainya's Midsummer Night Sweetness.
That's a good song.
Great song. Number 9, I like this song. Jiun's 25.
25. I remember that song being really catchy.
It is weirdly popular with my students.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Huh.
You picked Taeyong's Eyes, Nose, Lips.
Yeah, that's a pretty good song too.
Good song.
Yeah.
Number 8, I forgot about this song. This is Sonnet Sun's Everyday Different Tears. That was so indie, man.
That was such a pocket pick.
That was see, that was like the only pocket pick. Well, I guess maybe 4 Minute Only Gateway was a pocket pick, but
we both enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was so like out of nowhere.
A pocket pick is a song that only you would pretty much enjoy.
Like Uji and the channels. You picked Park Boram and Zico's Beautiful.
Full, yeah.
Yep, but yeah, that's a good song. Number 7, I forgot about this song too. Hyorin and Jooyoung's Erase.
I know I put that on my list.
Yeah, you did. That was number 6 for you. Number 7 for you though was A-Pink's Mr. Chu.
It's a good song.
You know what? A-Pink might have been one of the groups that went
drop in quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a steady drop over the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Because like last year was Mr. Chu. I think it was.
And No
was last year as well.
I don't know.
If No was last year, I would put my vote in for A-Pink actually.
Let me check.
More so on Girls' Day.
Google, please tell me.
Because Remember made no splashes.
I mean, for us, I think Korean people enjoyed it a decent amount. Maybe. You're right. No, it's 2013.
Yeah, it's been a steady drop.
LUV Love though was 2014. LUV.
It's steady drop.
Yeah, you're right. Then Promise You, then Remember.
Yeah.
A-Pink has never hit number 1 though on the Gaon charts. I'm surprised. Mr. Chu number 2, Love number 2, and Remember number 2.
That sucks.
Actually, EXID.
Oh, EXID. But was We Are They last year?
We Are was last year, but it didn't really get super popular in Korea until like the end of the year.
So this year it's been Ah Yeah and Pink Hot.
Shit hot. Sorry.
Those are all very.
Oh yeah, it's not bad, but
nominations.
It definitely there was a decrease in that bitch.
Yeah.
For us, I think a lot of people enjoyed Oh Yeah, and a lot of people enjoyed Hot Pink, which is crazy.
Pink Hot.
Speaking of, not yet. Number 6. Oh, I forgot. Man, there's so many Bravestone songs. Holy shit. Number 6, Sunmi's Full Moon.
Oh, it's a good song.
It's a good song.
It's a good
song. Not on your list though.
I remember I put it in my honorable mentions.
I think you did. You did. Your number 6 is Hyorin and Jooyoung's Erase. My number 5, we just spoke of them. EXID's We Are, Up and Down. Great song. Again, one of the only songs where we loved since the beginning, and then people came around.
Yeah, that one is we could be snobby about that shit.
Number 5, So You and Junggi Go. Some.
Yeah.
God, I hate Some. The concept, not the song. Song is great. My number 4. Oh, my number 4 was the mind blow. Was the crazy. My number 4 was It Blew Your Mind.
Okay.
What was it? Can you remember the song that you cannot believe was in my top 10 from last year?
Red.
Hyona's Red.
Hyona's Red.
This year there was not one of those where you couldn't understand. But Hyona's motherfucking Red, number 4 for me.
I was like, the fuck?
You know what? You know who dropped? Hyuna. We did not like Hyona's songs this year. Like at all. But I guess you didn't really like Red either.
Yeah.
Number 4. Ooh, number 4. You're number 4? Yeah, you're number 4. Royal Pirates, Drawing the Line.
That was a good song, man.
Because I also liked their last song, the one that just came out 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That one was a little bit.
What was it called?
A little bit weird for me.
It was a little different. Well, it was a little different because they had to like change their sound a little bit because their bassist got like into an accident or something, and so he can't play bass anymore. So he has to play like keyboard. So it kind of was a little different. I don't have the name off the top of my head, but I think that was a decent song. My number 3. We talked about this. Mama Moo featuring Bumkey. Don't Be Happy. Still.
I think I didn't have Mama Moo in my list.
You did not have Mama Moo on your list,
but I think you honorable mention them
at least.
That was really surprising that I didn't have Mamamoo on my list, I think.
Especially as much as we talk about them now.
Yeah.
When we don't really talk about most of these other songs, but we keep on coming back to.
I think the problem with Mamamoo is I over-listen to them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Your number 3, Epic High, Born Hater.
That was a good song.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be if I had to redo it. I don't know if it would be number 3 though.
I feel like I was really high at the time too, for you. But Epic High, Born Hater. Both of our number 2s was AOA Miniskirt, Short Hair, Like a Cat.
God damn, those songs are
Represent, Represent, Brave Sound. Now my number 1, 4 Minute, Only Gain Weight.
Yeah.
If you didn't listen to our podcast 2014 and you're listening now in 2015, if you don't know 4 Minutes, Only Gain Weight, it was like a project single on Brave Sound's like anniversary album that I don't even know if you ever finished.
Finished now.
But it is the best 4-minute song ever. I love that song. It is the epitome though of Brave Sound though.
Yeah.
So if you don't like Brave Sound, but it's da 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 da. And see, I can remember that song, and I have not listened to that song in at least 8 months. I don't think I've once listened to that song in 8 months, but it's such a great instrument, like backing boopity boops. And you didn't have it in your fucking list.
My number 1 was Act On Musicians 200%.
Yes, sir.
And that song is amazing.
Still good. And Give Love was also part of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 200% was the song.
Yeah. Heck, and then they took this year off.
Well, they did the Kanada song.
Yeah, they did the
promotion song,
or CF song, but so next year could be a big year for Act On to come back. And you know what? I remember at the end of the episode we were like, "Oh my God, it's gonna be YG's year. It's gonna be YG's year. It's gonna be YG year. Icon's gonna come back. Winner's gonna come back. Big Bang's gonna come back. 21." And Big Bang.
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper.
Chum 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 yum yum yum. Chum 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 yum yum yum. But that YG did have a big year, but it wasn't as all encompassing as I thought it would be.
No, it didn't make a really big splash, but that is just because
I think he oversaturated both.
They are.
He oversaturated Big Bang and he oversaturated Icon. I think if he released 3 Big Bang singles, maybe 2 Icon singles, and let Winner come back, like that would have been way, way, way better.
Because the problem, I think YG, he feels like he has to put out a lot, but he has so much talent in his stable right now.
In theory,
he has a lot of money makers, right?
Yeah.
Big Bang's a money makers. 21's a money maker. Winner, Icon, right? All those groups are money makers. You don't have to oversaturate them. You put out one song that's the best of them.
You should at least give 21 a fucking good, or not 21 because they didn't do anything, but you should give CL a better song, please.
Chum 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 chum.
Yellow bitches. No, and also like I think the best, some of my favorite, like I think my favorite, weirdly enough, my favorite Big Bang song is not really a Big Bang song, but I really like Mapsosa. The Infinite Challenge song?
Yeah.
Like I listen to that song more than I listen to the Big Bang songs.
Those songs were actually in my honorable mention. I wanted to talk about them, but I kind of forgot, to be honest. Like Leon and Mapsosa, Sponsor You. Those were good songs, man.
I don't necessarily agree on the other ones, but I do like Mapsosa. Also, I like the Taeyong and Mino song, from Show Me the Money.
Fear.
I thought was pretty good. Weirdly enough, like these extra things were not bad.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Yeah. So it's been a long time. I think I want to spend the last 5 or 10 minutes kind of just reflecting on this year, because this is a year where we changed the way the podcast works.
That's true.
I bought a really expensive camera that I didn't do 90% of what I wanted to do with it.
I bought a second mic that we
bought a second mic that we never use.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like the next level, kind of. We stopped doing reactions.
It was a learning process this year.
Yeah. I learned how to edit videos instead of, because, if you didn't know, in olden times, we would use some special program that would tie everything together as we recorded in front of a computer on a shitty webcam. And I would just hit upload and that was it. But now I actually edit it all together in Adobe Premiere. and so I think I leveled up on that. I think our tastes have
Definitely
really
changed. Definitely
and really
changed taste.
because if you're looking back at 2014, it's like at least for me, half of it is Brave Sound, and part of that is Brave Sound didn't do that much this year. But if you look at this year, like I liked Madtown, I like Jay Park, right? I like Zico. Like these are groups that or types of songs that I just absolutely did not like last year.
And I mean, if you look at my list last year, they are very popular songs that with like the general populace, they were very like popular songs.
Except for maybe Royal Pirates.
Yeah,
but
yeah, right. You have things like, you know,
maybe Hyora and Jooyoung's
it's like Sunny's Radio. That song was really big. Taeyong's song, like
Park Bo-ram's
song,
huge.
right? Like,
Mr. Chu big.
Some was huge.
ginormous.
Born Hater was huge. Like they're really, really, really popular. But if you look at my list this year, right, like Twice, Kisum, Park Hyung, like these songs are not very like popular amongst the populace.
But again, I think that's because the quality drop in the popular groups has been really sad to us.
So maybe it's not that Steven and I, like our tastes have changed too much. Maybe so like Korean music has changed, and so we're kind of adapting to that.
Yeah. And also, you know, like 2015, like 2014, honestly, I'm trying to remember exactly when you came in. I think you came in at the end of 2013.
I think so.
So
because we came to Korea August 2013.
Yeah.
And I think I started around December time.
That's why we didn't do an end of the year for 2013. So you've been here for like a full 2014, full 2015, and potentially one of us, probably me, might go home to America in 2016.
Yeah.
And so we don't really know what's going to happen.
We might have more changes.
Yeah. So there's at least going to be 6 more months, unless I decide to stay or whatever happens. But like, this is kind of the end of what would be a full year of doing the podcast. So it's a little sad. And in 2015 we grew a lot.
Tons.
We grew a lot. After our summer break, where we didn't release anything for like 6 weeks or 7 weeks,
we took a little bit hit.
We kind of took a hit, and we haven't really necessarily recovered from that. But like, this is a little inside baseball if you guys care. But like, I'm gonna look it up just to, because I think a lot of podcasts don't really talk about their download numbers. They don't talk about the inner workings in fear, or maybe it's more professional not to.
Yeah.
But like, I started the podcast with Kelvin, which was my friend. And we used to get like 100 downloads a week. That's probably way too much now that I think about it. Give me 1 second while this slow thing loads up. But we were almost at 200,000 downloads total of all time.
Yeah.
And when I think of that number 200,000, like that's
a big ass number.
A lot of downloads. On the audio version. The video version is a little different, but let me go to weekly. Here we go. So right now we average about 2,000 to 2,500 weekly downloads.
It's a decent amount.
Which is, I think, a decent amount for us. I mean, it's pales in comparison to
some of the bigger
actual podcasts. Yeah. But if we think, let me see, in 2014 we were averaging about 1,500 to... No, let me think. The beginning of 2014, we were less than 1,000. So, like, for example, in the first half of 2014, we were averaging maybe 700 a week.
It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, near the end of 2014 into 2015, we were getting up to 1,500 and then near the heyday before our break, we were at about 2,000, 2,500.
Yeah.
Some weeks actually went up to 3,000 downloads a week, which was great. Yeah. Nowadays we get about 2,000. We went back down about 2,000, 2,500.
Yeah.
But like, if you go back to, go back to early. Like, I started the podcast January 1st, 2013. We got 34 downloads that week. And it was about averaging for that first entire year, it was about 200, 300 downloads. So we've gone in 3 years.
10 times.
10 times, which I'm really happy about. And we opened a YouTube channel
And we got 5,000 subscribers.
We got 5,000. I mean, I'm really happy about that. I really, to be perfectly honest, I thought by now we would have more, but I totally understand our brand of discussion is not what people want to hear on YouTube.
YouTube is not the medium in which we...
And we got a lot more people who message us on Twitter and who leave comments on YouTube.
This last year, our fan base has gotten really a lot more active.
Yeah.
Like
we mentioned this about robots. Like sometimes we're like, okay, 2,000 people downloaded our last podcast, but like we didn't really hear from any of them, so we don't know if they exist.
But I mean, we have people manning Essential K-pop now. We actually have mods for something. Like it's been a really interesting year.
Yeah, and 2016 is a year where I don't know how much we'll do, like how much more we'll do for our channel. I really don't know.
It's kind of hard because we do work full time, Steven and I, and to essentially take this, I guess, to the next level would be for Steven and I essentially to quit our jobs, and we are not at that popularity.
I don't think we need to quit our jobs, but we would have
to work.
To be fair, like I do a lot more than Josh in general, because of editing and preparing and stuff, and like I don't have any more time to make new things that we want to make, because I also do videos for Drama Fever, but. You know, and it also requires Josh to have to do more things. And sacrifice.
It would take me. So, if we were to do a lot of things in 2016, I should have already started to level up this year in order to do those things. Because I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to like shoot. Like professionally or even semi-professionally. Like I don't really know shit about cameras. So. Really, the main thing I do is this discussion. Right. So,
like when I bought this camera, I wanted to do more like on location things, more like life in Korea kind of things. But it's always hard to kind of meet up together because
we have to co-location and set up shooting, and both of us are essential noobs at that. 2016, if we decide to really go gung ho in it, which would be really hard. It would just eat up everything.
But there are other things that I want to do. Whether or not they'll be on our channel or they might be on a separate channel, I'm not sure. But I do want to actually use this camera because it costs way too fucking much money to not use. Anyway, so I just want to say like thanks everybody for staying with us in 2015, and while I can't say that we're gonna produce even more content, we're gonna still produce the same amount of awesome content in 2016. Like this podcast is not gonna go away.
Hopefully refine it a little bit, and maybe add just some fun things here and there.
We always talked about making a game. We even shot before I bought this camera. We shot an entire game with Mina and one of our other friends.
It's not good. No, it's not.
But now I have a better camera and I have a better mic and. And I wasn't playing. I was manning the camera. So without me, it wasn't great. But so there are ideas that we want to do. Because without reactions, our channel is literally just the podcast. And we want that channel to grow. So I may start doing more K-pop sins again.
We'll see.
We may start doing some games again, or we may just start doing some other stuff. But thank you.
Thank you
for staying with us for the rambly nonsense. Again, tell us your top 10 if you haven't already. And I wish you a Merry Christmas. It's probably after Christmas when you've heard this. But
Happy
New Year.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Kwanzaa,
might also be over.
Season's greetings.
Yeah.
Non-denominational.
Happy days.
Non-denominational happy times to you.
Yep. And so looking forward to 2016. Hopefully I don't get fat again.
Hopefully I don't get fat.
I mean,
Getting there.
You're never fat. Getting there. You kind of have a belly now that I'm skinnier. I can say that. It feels great. But I still have a long way to go.
But
But see, you're like a happy fat, right? You're like, I got a girlfriend, life is happy.
Yeah.
I got like sad fat.
Yeah.
Because I was sad and I was eating eating fat. So very, very different kinds. Very different kinds. But anyways, we'll see you guys next week in January of 2016, I think.
Yeah. I think so.
I'm not even 100% sure. Wait, what day is it? It's the 20th. In 2 weeks, it will definitely be January. Okay. So we'll see you guys in 2016, which I can't believe it's fucking 2016. Peace. Don't forget, think about it twice.